My name is Marisol Owens. I'm 32 years old. For the past several weeks, there's been one question I can't escape. What do you do when the person you betrayed refuses even to acknowledge you exist anymore? I never thought I would become this version of myself, the woman who detonated the safest, most loving part of her life for a moment's rush. But here I am. I lie awake in a tiny apartment in Chicago, the hum of distant traffic seeping through thin walls, drowning in silence, repeating memories I can never undo. It all started 7 years ago when I first met Lucas Reed. Right away, it felt natural, charged even. We laughed easily, our energy synchronized. 8 months later, we moved into a loft in Wicker Park. After 2 years, we bought a brownstone in a quiet neighborhood on the north side. Everyone around us said we were the perfect couple. For years, I believed them. Lucas was steady, the kind of man who remembered how I liked my coffee on early mornings and made it for me without fail. He rubbed my calves when I came home exhausted, watched terrible reality shows with me without complaint, and made me feel safe, grounded. But over time, that comfort turned into sameness. For years in, I realized I was slipping into a routine: work, dinner, TV, sleep. No surprises. No spontaneity. No small adventures. The spark was flickering. He stopped texting me midday. He began coming home later. When he did, his gaze rarely met mine. Rather than sit him down and confess how empty I felt, I let careless whispers from friends infiltrate my mind. My close friend Tara told me I was settling. "You're too young for this kind of stagnation," she'd say. And Jenna, always chasing something new, reminded me that if Lucas wasn't making me feel alive, someone else would. Then came Adrian. He joined my team at the marketing firm. Sharp suit, warm eyes, and a gift for making me feel like I mattered. At first, our conversations were work-related. Soon they were about music, childhood wounds, weekend dreams. He listened. He laughed at my jokes. He made me feel seen again. I told myself it was harmless. But inside, I craved that attention. I missed the sense of being desirable. The first kiss happened after an industry party. We were sitting in his car under city lights, music hum in the background. Our faces drifted closer. I went home that night overwhelmed by guilt and exhilaration both. But guilt softened. Each flirtatious text, every lingering look, nights I stayed late at the office, they made it easier to justify my betrayal. Lucas had grown distant. I convinced myself he'd forgotten how to fight for us. Then came the night I crossed the final boundary. Lucas told me he had to work late. I saw it as my opening. I invited Adrian to the house we shared, that house I had once adored. I won't detail what happened. You already know. It wasn't love. Not really. It was my ego, my attempt to fill something hollow inside me. Part of me wanted Lucas to find out, to force a reaction, to make him fight. That night, Lucas came home early. Adrian was gone. I scrambled to clean. I hid wine glasses, straightened pillows that should have been untouched, tried to mask any trace of the betrayal. I walked to greet him with a kiss, acting as if everything had been fine. His eyes snapped away. "How was your night?" I asked, voice hollow. "Fine," he said flat. That was the moment everything changed. He skipped dinner. He didn't sit next to me on the couch. He slept in the guest room. The next morning his eyes were cold, unrecognizable. Over coffee, he said, "I want to end things." My stomach dropped. "What? Why?" I asked, voice trembling. "I just do," he said. "You need to move out within a week." And that was it. No fight. No dramatic scene. Just a silence so dense it crushed me. I begged him to stay, to talk, to give me a chance. He declined. I called, I texted, nothing. When I reached out to mutual friends, most didn't reply. His sister, once warm to me, asked sharply, "Do you not understand what you did?" Then hung up. That's when I realized Lucas knew. I didn't know how. Maybe he came home early. Maybe someone saw Adrian's car. Or maybe he just intuited it. Whatever the way, he knew. And everyone else seemed to see through me too. The next time I saw him was when he came to collect his things. I stayed, even though he asked me to leave. I needed to hear it. And he said, "I saw you," he told me in our bed, his voice calm but distant. My throat closed up. "That wasn't a mistake," he said. "That was betrayal." I offered explanations, therapy, pleading for closure. "You never spoke up when you were unhappy," he said. "You didn't tell me, you replaced me. I'm done." With that, he walked away. 7 years evaporated in a moment. I was left with guilt, shame, and the sick realization that I had destroyed the one person who had truly loved me. Adrian, Even his name now feels toxic. Tried to convince me to see something real in us, like we were star-crossed. But I blocked him. Tara let me stay with her for a while. When I confessed, she recoiled. "You brought him into your home," she whispered, eyes wide. Unbelievable. I eventually moved into a tiny one-bedroom in Logan Square, peeling paint, thin walls, street noise filtering in. I traded anonymity for peace. No one at my new job knew who I was or what I'd done. "Lucas, he's doing well," I heard through a mutual friend. "He got promoted. He's seeing someone new, someone beautiful, someone who probably appreciates him in ways I never did." Often late at night, I imagine texting him, "I'm sorry. Could we try again?" But I don't. He owes me nothing. Closure, forgiveness, they were never his burden. I lost Lucas. I lost a home. I lost the future we'd planned. And for what? A fleeting spark of interest from someone who never truly understood me. The worst part is not the loneliness. It's knowing I did this. I betrayed the person who loved me, and I have no one but myself left to blame. If you've ever been betrayed or faced heartbreak, you're not alone. Subscribe to Cheating Secrets for real stories of love, betrayal, and resilience. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss a story that could change the way you see relationships.